Hey folks, so last year I decided that I wanted to get a Dranunculus vulgaris, commonly known as a dragon flower. And I discovered a company called Michigan Bulb, and they had it at a great price. Of course, they only ship in the fall for that type of plant because they have certain plants they ship in the spring, certain in the fall. And finally, I was also waiting for a good price point to buy it at, so I can save money. I mean, who doesn't want to save money, especially when you're not going to get the plant right away? So then in July, I bought the plant, and this past week, it finally shipped. But the problem is, after it shipped, I realized I forgot the street address. And this is an in-ground plant, and I'm currently living in an apartment, so I'm going to see if I can plant it at my parents' place or something until we can buy a house that we're living in. So anyway, I bought this plant, and it finally shipped a few months later, and the address was incorrect. So I went today, it said delivered, and I went and saw it in front of another apartment with the same unit number, but different street address, or without the street address, they put it on the first one along that street. And I didn't want to just go grab the mail from in front of somebody's doors, so I knocked and made sure, that they know I'm not stealing their mail, because you don't want to be, even if you get cleared, it's just a chaos if they, you start getting questioned or whatever. So anyway, in all this chaos, I contacted Michigan Bulb in order to see if there's a way they can get the address corrected with the shipper, because when I went to UPS, and it's like shipped with UPS, which is turned over then to the USPS, if they can get the address corrected. Sometimes the receiver is able to modify the shipment and tell it where to go. Other times, depending on the stipulations with the shipping, you have to get the sender. They couldn't, and they went ahead and credited the money to my account for a future purchase. So anyway, I called them, and I told them I'm worried it's not going to arrive, and what do I do? It credited, but I'm not going to get the same deal that I got because shipping rates keep going up, prices of things go up. We have inflation in the current economy. And while it's easy to blame the current president because of things he's done that's created some of this, it really started back in 1913 when Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act. So really, regardless of which president is in office, it's just the dollar is just on a downward trend in value. It's been that way for now over 100 years. But anyway, aside from that, let us look at the plant and see how it turned out from Michigan Bulb. And they told me that even if I received it, I could keep the credit, which was nice of them, even though, it's technically my fault for forgetting to have put that portion of the address on there. And then it would have been nice if they had caught it too. But anyway, it is what it is, and I'm glad that I received this plant that I've been trying to get at a good price point for over a year. So they have it, I can see some wood chips, so they have it planted, I guess packaged in wood chips or something. Yeah, in a bag of wood chips with the corn for it. I think it's a corn or a bulb. It's it says maroon, flower, black pistil, but it is labeled Dranunculus vulgaris, and it flowers in the late spring. And it's grown from cultivated stock, which is nice. And at one point, I did research on it online. I didn't double check, so I could be wrong in what I'm saying, but the Dranunculus vulgaris originates in the northeastern Mediterranean, like somewhere around Greece and Turkey. And it's become like an invasive species in certain areas, or more like naturalized in certain parts of the country. And I think Tennessee may be one of the states where it is. Here in North Carolina, it isn't yet, but it would be an interesting flower to have growing in the yard among the lilies, and it would stand out with its really dark burgundy flowers, and the flowers get really like 1.5 inches or more long. And it supposedly has a pungent smell, so maybe you want to plant it on the edge of the neighbor next to you that you don't like, so that they can catch a whiff of it, you run them out or something. But anyway, So it was packaged really well. They did. Oh, now I have shavings all over here. I need to vacuum. Whoa! Why is this leaking? Oh, it's porous so it can breathe. So some of these wood shavings go out. You know, you don't want this to end up molding and shipping. So that's how they have it packaged. But if I were to package something like this, if I ever started a business, I'd probably use paper shreddings. But that's just me. Some people claim paper shreddings can settle. So I have an invoice with the wrong address on here. They have the billing address, not the shipping address. But anyway, and they also gave me a planting guide, which is nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Happy planting.